Welcome to another installment of Creative Solutions. I'm Travis Chapman,
I'm Kenneth Vaughn.
and today's topic is talking about keeping hyenas at bay.
So, of course, we love the lions just because of their just their nature. It's something
Mhm.
about a lion that even though he or she isn't saying anything, it's just
Right.
their presence about
Oh,
them,
yes.
right?
Mhm.
Domineering, right? So we talk about keeping the hyenas in bay. There's a natural order, right? Hierarchy, right?
Mhm.
Wherein the lion is the apex predator, right?
Right.
Right? He eats first because he does the hunting, and
Right.
then the hyenas and the other animals go through and eat, right?
Right.
So at this particular point in time, as we talk about our educational system, as we talk about our society, we have hyenas who are eating before the lions eat,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? And then we had to go through and start saying, is it the hyena's fault or is it the what? The
The lion's
lion's
fault.
fault.
Right.
And in the center of this particular piece, as we go through and talk about what poverty is and
Mhm.
all these particular lacks that we have,
Mhm.
if you're not leading your community, where you're setting precedent of what are the expectations
Mhm.
for, what you're saying is that it's okay for that hyena to eat first. What my challenge is to every lion, to every man, to every person that is in that particular community, as we go through and try to stretch and redefine what our territory will
Mhm.
be, is that you have to keep the hyenas at bay
Right.
first, right?
Right. Mhm.
Nobody does anything in your community without you setting them up to do it,
Right.
which means that you need to be mindful of your voice,
Right.
right? You
Absolutely.
got to be able to say, this is my territory.
Right.
And then when a lion said, this is my territory,
Mhm.
he roars, right?
Right.
And that roar is heard for 5 miles.
Mhm.
So do you have a 5 mile radius where the
Ooh.
impact of your community is felt,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because we can no longer turn around and say, you mistreated me
Right.
and you so wrong, and then
Right.
you still buying that stuff. You're
Right.
still eating what they give you.
Mhm.
When if you're a lion,
Mhm.
you're supposed to be setting precedent,
Right.
and then they eat what you allow them to get
Right.
afterwards.
Right. I'm gonna, and I don't want to step on any toes, right? But we've hit this point where we've been taught that docility is the right way to go. Turn the other cheek, and you'll be okay. No, that's not gonna get it because there's too many people that's out there that's aggressive and grinding and getting it, and they're stepping on you and stepping on your neck and still telling you to be docile. Just turn the other cheek. Pray about it. It's going to be okay. No, you can't pray about everything. Some things you have to go get. Jabez expanded his territory because he went after it. You understand what I'm saying? There's just some things you have to go after. You can't sit back and think that it's just going to happen through happenstance. That's not how the universe works, right? You have to set your mind to it, right? And then once you set your mind to it, believe it, then achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we say. You have to believe it, imagine it, and then go get it. So we can't sit back and think that we're going to get these handouts, right? Because what's going to happen while you're waiting for your handout, somebody else eating your meat. And that's what the hyenas are doing. The lions have taken a docile state of mind, and the hyenas are feeding on their prey.
So, unfortunately, what we have in some systems, and I'm not going to go through and say that this is reflective of all systems. There are
Right.
some
Mm-hmm.
systems, right, that you're taking orders from a hyena. Can I go through and give you
Right.
context,
Mm-hmm.
right? That you're taking orders from a hyena because that particular person is not hunting, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
not actively going through and doing anything. They're waiting for you to get stuff done, and then they want to eat, right? Can I go through and
Go
can I
ahead.
go through and
Yeah,
say
I
that?
see it.
So
I
what
see it.
happens is you're supporting a system that is feeding off of you but won't feed you, and that's when you know it's out of order, right? Because a lion then says that we set precedents so that everybody eat. A
Right.
hyena says that I'm gonna get it all, and I don't care if you got none.
Right.
And then hyena says, you don't gotta get none. And if you ain't healthy enough, I'm gonna go after your babies.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's what the
That's
system
it.
has
That's
set,
it.
right?
That's
The
it.
system
That's
is
it.
set up to say, I'm gonna keep you weak and I want you to look good, right?
Mm-hmm.
You tall, you muscular, and you
Mm-hmm.
look good, but you unintelligent, right?
Right.
You have no sense of identity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I tell you this is who you are, this is who you are, and I'm gonna keep you over here with these people who are not hunting,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to keep my system in place.
Right.
And here's my thing. It ain't their fault. Listen to a hyena if you want to, and blame nobody but yourself. self.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So then the lion has to determine, who am I connect to? What is my purpose?
Right.
Right. I got to be around other people who are lion like. But then I got to connect myself to a purpose, because the lion's purpose is to set order, right? So if you out of order,
Right.
if you're in a place that's out of order, right, and you're a lion, you're supposed to set order, right? But you got to turn around and make sure that you're not listening to hyenas.
Right.
I hope that analogy was.
Kenny Vaughn is in rare form. It must be the last day of school. It must be the last day of school, because he is killing the game today. Pure beast mode. We're going to seal it up right there, because that's good.
Man, we did it.
You better chase those hyenas out your community.
Dude, I'm just saying, if we're going to get to a place, right? If we're going to ever get to a place where we can go through and make sure our kids are safe, they will reflect the greatness of what it means to be a minority, right? We got to go through and chase some of those things out.
Right.
And don't be happy with the scraps.
Oh.
Because a hyena be happy with a scrap.
Leftovers.
Right? They done ate most of the stuff. Have you chewing on a bone. Right? So you can't be happy with the scraps. And that scrap could be your paycheck.
Right.
That scrap could be that little position that somebody threw at you, right? To keep you quiet. Don't be happy with the scraps if you call to be great. And then I want you to understand one particular piece. The greatness to a hyena ain't nothing to a lion. I'm going to stop.
You better stop or you hurt somebody. Ooh, I like that though. That might be a video. The greatness to a hyena is nothing to a lion. Let's shut this thing down right here. We're Creative Solutions. I'm Travis Chapman.
I'm Kenneth Vaughn.
Thank you for joining us.